My name is Andrew Olsen, and this is the world's largest Barney collection. So I've been collecting Barney things for about 3 years now. I like to think of this collection as more of an archive than an actual collection. I didn't start out wanting to amass, the greatest Barney collection that there is. I really set out to help archive and preserve Barney's history. I feel like I've been able to do that through my collecting endeavors. I just want to point out a couple really cool items that I have in here. I have everything from, the first Barneys, like this 7-inch Dakin and this 10-inch 1990 Dakin that came out, up until the newest Barneys that have come out, which is this world's smallest Barney, which was just released a couple weeks ago, and everything in between. I have books, I have all the videos, I have probably just about every toy you can imagine, clothing items, jackets, shirts, and everything like that. These are some really cool items that I own. These are promotional, so they were done in very limited quantities. This one was done, I think this one was given out when the Barney album came out for the first time. This album over here, and he's wearing the top hat and the little tux like he is in the album cover. I have this really cool little cowboy Barney, which was given out at a video convention in Dallas when they hosted it there. Same with this little guy right here. It's actually a factory prototype. He was never actually publicly released. So he's a one-of-a-kind item right here. Other really cool items that I have in my collection, I have these guys down here. These are other promotional plushes that were produced in very limited quantities. This guy, was produced around the time that Barney Live in New York City came out, along with this plush down here, which was produced for crew members that worked on the Land of Make Believe video. This is a really rare plush. It was done for the 10th anniversary, and this one's in its box, which is really hard to find. This is what it looks like inside the box. It has 10th anniversary on its foot. But this is one of my favorite plushes actually right here. All my jackets really hold a special place in my heart. This is a really cool crew jacket from the Barney's Big Surprise tour. Also, I have this Day in the Park with Barney jacket that was given to the crew that helped open the attraction. So everyone that worked on it got one of these jean jackets. And this is a crew nylon jacket from Barney and Friends, the first season actually. So these were just given crew members that worked on that first season of the PBS show. Other special items to me that I haven't shown on my channel before include this Twinkin that I handmade. He's actually animatronic, so he's really fun. He's a replica of the Twinkin that shows up in Barney's Great Adventure, and he was a really fun guy to make. And I have a lot of puzzles in here, a lot of games, a lot of baby toys, things that they didn't make a ton of. I've been able to add to my collection. This right here is pretty cool. This is from the grand opening of A Day in the Park with Barney at Universal Studios Orlando. So they just gave these out on the opening day, which is really cool and really special that I was able to find one. Going along with Barney's Texas roots, this is a bolo tie that was given out at a licensing party for Barney licensors down in Dallas. I counted my collection. That's why I have all this stuff out. I counted it, and officially with official produced Barney merchandise and everything, I have around just over 1,000 items, and including my props and set pieces and everything like that, my scripts, I have over 1,400 Barney items in my collection right now, which is crazy. I've only been collecting a couple years, and I just feel so fortunate that I've been able to preserve so much of Barney's history, especially with the series really getting a reboot and a revitalization over the next couple of years. This is something that's really special. This is the official Barney handbook, or what's AKA the Barney Bible. So this is for the early 2000s. I think this was produced for season 9 going forward. And it just talks about, who Barney is, his story, everything like that. The cast of Barney and everything. The cast members, the sets, and everything. And, this is for the writers and the crew members that worked on Barney. Some example scripts are in here and everything. It's a really cool book to look through and see exactly what, the crew was working with when they were making the PBS show. This is another really special item for me. It's the script for the original Barney movie that was actually never produced, written by Steve White, and it's actually signed by Dick Leach, Dennis DeShazer, Steve White, and Cheryl Leach. So I think it's really special to be able to have that. And there weren't a ton of these produced in the purple binder. I think there were only around 5 of them that were given out in just to the executives of Lyric Studios. And so fortunate that I have one of them. Here's another Barney Bible from the 2003, one of the earlier Barney Bibles. But they have all the script, or all the songs that they're able to use, a bunch of the scripts from the season, stage layouts, everything like that, different themings that they can use. So this is a really special item that I have in my collection. This is a really cool plush. This was given out to promote Imagination Island in 1994. And there was really very limited numbers of these produced. This plush is also really special. This was produced and given out at an event that they introduced BJ at, actually. So they had special baseball Barney plushes produced because, BJ's favorite sport is baseball. And that crayon bank back there was given out at the same event, along with, I have some hats over here. BJ baseball hat given out there. So these are really special items. They hold some real good historical value. This is a Barney backpack that was only distributed in the UK, so never got these in the United States. But pretty cool piece. So that sign in the back says the Barney spot. That's original from JCPenney's in 1992. They had the Barney spot boutiques in every single JCPenney store across the U.S. I think there was around 600 at the time. And they had an entire section in the children's area that sold solely Barney products, and they called it the Barney spot. And that sign came from one of the stores where they hosted a Barney spot. These are cool. These were given out at press events for Barney, so they were exclusively for press members. The bottom of it says, with special thanks from Barney Communications. So these were really cool. There's two versions of it. There's the microphone version, and then there's a version that's holding a pencil. So sweet. This Barney down here, this Sleepy Barney, he's actually a factory prototype as well that was never produced. And he used to snore and used to have a mechanism that would make him breathe in and out. But they never actually ended up putting that into mass production. So he's also a one-of-a-kind item that I have in the collection. Oops. So these are roller stamps. These are the very first licensed Barney item. They're produced by Make an Impression Incorporated down in Dallas. It was actually one of the mom blitzers that Cheryl Leach recruited, helped sell Barney videos, went out and she owned a stamp company, and she asked Cheryl if she could license Barney for her stamps. And so these are the very first licensed Barney product that were ever made. And she did roller stamps, she did stamps, rubber stamps, and there are also little art and craft kits that were included these stamps, and they were sold at Neiman Marcus during the Neiman Marcus boutiques. These are my my Barney slippers. They were sold at Spencer's Gifts actually in, I think, the early 2010s or 2014, around there. But they're fun. They were meant for adults, and they're one of the first mass-produced, mass-market adult Barney items that were actually on the market. So they're fun. This is a puppet I made. This is what Baby Bop was originally going to look like. You know, I had Suzanne Lockridge, who built all the Barney costumes. She sent me her and Irene Corey's original design for Baby Bop. And this is one of the sketches that she sent me. And so I decided I wanted to make a replica of what the character could have looked like. I have another video on my YouTube channel doing that, but this is what she could have looked like in those early days. These are really cool and really rare. These are actually the original masters for Barney coloring pages. These were given out at Barney birthday parties when they did those between 1989 to early 1992. And these are all pencil drawn by Darren McKee, who was the first one of the first Barney illustrators. And so these are all original. They're all the masters. They make photocopies of these and take them around to those Barney birthday parties and other Barney promotional events. Those are really special. This is a really cool item. This is from in 2005, a school in Korea opened in South Korea called Barney House, and it was an English school that took in 2 to 5 year olds, and they taught them English there, and so they licensed. It was around the same time that the KBS was producing the Barney and Friends spinoff, or co-production in Korea. And so Barney was really popular at the time, and they licensed the name to Barney to open a special English school out there. So this Barney is really special to me because this is the first Barney that I owned, actually. It was a hand-me-down from my older brother, and I still have it. So it's my first Barney, I guess. You know, growing up, I didn't have a ton of Barney stuff. My parents didn't have a ton to buy, you know, a ton of Barney things for me. And so a lot of the stuff that I did have either came from garage sales or hand-me-downs or from thrift stores. This is a really early Barney doll. This is the second Barney doll design that was ever made. It was produced by Gund in 1991 and sold exclusively at the Neiman Marcus stores. And there were 3 versions of these made. There was this one, which is the 18-inch one. There was a 12-inch one or 10-inch one around here somewhere. And I have the giant 3-foot one, which is right here. He's kind of buried right now, but here he is. This is a really special item for me. This is an original Barney and the Backyard Gang t-shirt, but this was a gift from Jamie Ruth Connor, who was the original Barney art director for those first 3 videos in 1988, and she gifted me her the Barney and the Backyard Gang crew shirt. So really thankful for that, and it's really special for me. I usually have it in a glass display case. This is a cool early Barney sweater from 1990. It's their first Christmas sweater that they produced for Neiman Marcus stores, and they sold these exclusively at Neiman Marcus. You can actually see the Neiman Marcus logo on one of these presents in here. It's really cool. These back here are the recently released. I guess they're released in 2023. Emotionally unavailable shirts. So that one, this jacket right here, that one, and then the one I'm wearing. And these were really exciting because it was the first time that Barney had really ever done a collab with a designer brand in order to bring out adult-centric Barney merchandise. And these were also recently released. These are the Barney Crocs, and they're a lot of fun. So this is a really cool Barney artifact. This is actually the original drafting table that the original Barney doll and the original Barney storyboards were all drafted on. So this table holds a lot of history. It was the original one where Barney was designed. These are also some really cool Barney artifacts that I have. These are two of the original director's shooting scripts for A Day at the Beach and for 3 Wishes for Barney and the Backyard Gang. And they have all the director's notes on them and everything. And so they're really special to me because, you know, they hold a lot of history on them. And this is a chair that came from set. It was used in a couple videos. It was used in Barney Let's Play School, Barney's Super Singing Circus, and Come On Over to Barney's House. So it's a pretty fun, whimsical chair. I got a couple years ago. This is actually the first Barney set piece that I added to my collection, and really what inspired me to start collecting so intensely. So, and all these hats right here, these all came from production. You know, this one has the Barney and Friends costume department tag on the inside of it, and these are all custom made for the franchise. And this hat rack actually came from the Barney costume department as well. And this is my archival file cabinet. This is where I keep a lot of my special Barney files and artwork and Barney artifacts that really have to stay really nice and flat. This is my favorite room of my Barney archive. I call this my archive room because this is where I keep a lot of my special props, set pieces, and other really important documents that Barney's in here. So these 2 puppets right here that you see were used in the show in, I think, season 5. One of the episodes and one of the stories that Stella, the storyteller, tells. And they're beautifully preserved, and you know, for their age, they're over 25 years old at this point, and they look just like they did when they you know, appeared on screen back in the 90s. Beautifully crafted by the Barney wardrobe department. And over here we have another piece created by the Barney wardrobe department. This is I actually got this a couple of days ago, in my mail. But this is Tina's princess hat that she wore in Barney's Magical Musical Adventure in 1992. So one of the first Barney home videos right before the PBS series aired. And it's in pretty good condition for its age. You know, it's seen better days. It's a little faded, a little dirty, but you know, for being over 30 years old at this point, it's a great prop, and it was custom made for the production. So it's a special piece of Barney history, and I like to keep it under glass to help preserve it. And over here, of course, I have my Barney neon sign. I got that one. I hit 500 pieces in my collection, so that was my milestone gift to myself. But over here, I have my archival file cabinets. This holds so much Barney history in these file cabinets. I have a lot of original development documents from Barney. I have, you know, in here, these are really special. This is the full set of studies that Yale did for the PBS series, Barney and Friends, by Dorothy and Jerome Sr. in the 90s. These are the studies going from the first study they did in 1993 all the way until I think the last study they did was in 2005. So every single study that they did while reviewing the show. And I've been told that these are the only existing copies outside of Yale. So really rare and really incredible to be able to read all these educational elements that you see in Barney. One of my most sentimental pieces in my collection is actually this. And it's one of my favorite pieces in my collection. It's a watch, Barney watch. But what makes it sentimental is, it was a personal gift to me from Cheryl Leach, creator of Barney. She's such an incredible human being. I asked her to sign the bottom of it when she gave it to me. And yeah, I've never met anyone more nice, more kind, more down to earth than Cheryl. She truly believed in what she was doing with Barney and spreading those messages of love to the world. Also in here is where I have my Barney brick. So this was a brick, part of the Schoolhouse set between series 400 and 600. When they demolished that set in 1999, they cut out some of the bricks and gave them out to the cast and crew members. This one has a little COA on the back of it. And so they stamped a Barney footprint on the front of it. And yeah, it's just that's a cool piece of history. It's actually made out of plastic. So, these quilts that you see on the wall, the star one here and a heart one over there you saw a second ago. These were used in the Caboose set between season 7 and season 14 of the PBS show. So in almost every single episode, you see these. They're used as kind of curtains in the background. So they were originally purchased at a flea market, actually in the Dallas area, and the Barney Art department kind of transformed them to fit the set. They put some curtain weight in the bottom of them and everything, and acquired them a couple of years ago, and they're just incredible, incredible shape. And this piece right here, this is a dresser that came from Barney's Night Before Christmas, and custom built, custom painted. Inside of it, I have a couple, Barney props. All these are spaceship pieces that came off Barney's spaceship. If this in here, this came off of Barney's computer in the come over to Barney's house videos. So it's pretty sweet. Also down here, I have the masters to. Oops. I have the masters to every single Barney episode made from the very first episodes in 1988 all the way up until the very last ones. And I think the final season that I have in here is series 1100. And so these are just gold. They're priceless because they're very high quality. They're converted directly from the masters onto CDs, and they were used internally within entertainment when they were made. So very cool, very special. So thanks for joining me today on my tour of my Barney collection. It's been a lot of fun to curate a collection like this. And I get the question all the time, when is enough? When is enough enough? Kind of thing. And the answer I give is, as long as there's Barney things to collect and to archive and to add to the collection, it'll never be finished. And so I'm at 1,400 right now, and here's to 1,400 more. Thank you.